for example, box. Or you can place it like magic bag. Okay? And you need sentence types with questions, only with questions. So for today's workshop, I adapted for our workshop. Okay? Good. And you need to pass it, okay, in clockwise or vice versa. Okay. And for this activity, you can choose any fun music or tune. Okay? When music or tune stops, you need, for example, if you hold this one,
Yes. I should open.
Not looking at questions, just randomly one and answer. Are you ready?
Yes.
First, if you are ready, 1, 2, 3. So the category increasing classroom interaction.
How do you promote interactions? So in my classroom, I did a lot of working together. If there was an activity or a project, a lot of times they would either partner together with the person next to them, or we would make groups all together so that there was plenty of talking and sharing, because the number one, in learning a language, the more you talk, the more you're using the language. And then number two, each person knows something, and when you put all that together, everyone learns even more.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do I put it at the end or leave it out?
You leave it. Hold it. By the way, here we can ask students to dance. To make some movement. Physical goes to teach you.
We're holding it a long time. She wants to She wants the question.
Here. The music stopped when you grabbed it.
Yes. So, what visual aids do you use, if any, to make your activity or strategy more interesting and meaningful?
What aids? Visual aids, yeah? Teaching aids.
I use many visual aids, handout, pictures, photos, projectors, laptop, flashcards. And according to my topic, I use many photos and pictures.
So you mean topic related?
Yeah.
Like it can be vocabulary or grammar based.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's continue. Only one question.
All right. What is the importance of interaction inside the classroom? Well, I think in real life you need interaction.
Yes.
So I think whatever you do in real life should apply inside the classroom. So if people are just writing, life is not just about writing. If people are just talking, life is not just about talking. So I would say we need to have it happen so that people stay interested. Because people stay interested when there's changing modes of expression. So that's my answer.
That's some good music here.
So what are the 3 types of interactions in the classroom?
By the way, it's the topic of today's workshop training. If you don't know, it's okay. But if you have some ideas and suggestions.
I guess, yeah. Maybe working with a group, project works interaction, maybe working with a group, maybe making a dialogue can be, or making a conversation with partner maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, 3 types of interaction. Well, first one, for example, teacher-students. Yeah? Student.
Okay.
And the more, one of the important interaction is student and content. For example, when we ask them to read the text and to do some tasks, student material, yeah? Content, but I mean material interaction. And we give them some time to fill in the blanks, for example, to do tasks.
I see.
So student teacher student or student teacher, yeah, and vice versa. Student student and student content. Content means course books, quizzes, test forms. Okay, thank you.
We're the last one.
Have you ever developed any useful activities or strategies of your own to give your students practice in spoken English?
Have you ever developed any
Useful activities.
activities or strategies in speaking to improve their speaking?
In speaking, I think I did it.
For example?
Last time I told my students, where were you doing? The topic was where were you doing yesterday with sixth graders. And when I asked the students one by one, what were you doing? And what were you doing yesterday? They just answered to me what were just they doing. And then other group members repeated this just answer by using he was doing or she was doing. Yeah, just first Shorty answered I was doing my homework, and then other students just repeated he was doing his homework, like this.
Yeah. I have also one strategy, if you don't mind. What is? Yeah, just like a past continuous, yeah? I use that kind of strategy. I stick the flashcards on the board from different animals with my primary classes. So, and on the behind of each flashcard, I wrote the verb, just simple verb, and the student just choose one of the card. For example, it is a rooster. So others should call him together. Rooster, rooster, and the rooster should make its own voice. Kukariku, what were you doing yesterday? And of course I write the question. They together repeat the question. What were you doing yesterday? And he or she must make up sentence. I was sleeping yesterday, or I was dancing yesterday, and etc. Different kind of animals' voices just encourage students to participate, like dogs, cats, and etc. They like this game.
And by the way, one strategy activity I want to present for you to practice present continuous. For example, you can ask pupils one by one to come to the blackboard, in front of the class, and ask them to do any action. But instead of doing the one action, he needs to say other action, and the whole class say, no, you are. For example, I'm playing the violin. No, you are playing the piano. Or for example, I'm cooking plov.
No, you are reading.
You see? So in context, language in context. What I noticed, it's difficult for grade 5, 6 because it's difficult at the same time to act out the action and to say mind at the same time. It's I think from psychological point of view. Yeah? For example, something like this. Or for example, I'm playing with the ball. You're using the ball. Or you are helping your mom, etc. It's interesting.
Yes, so interesting.
It's interesting, yeah? Good. Well, let's continue.
Name at least 3 activities for increasing student-to-student interactions.
Yes, just name. To improve or to increase student-student interaction.
Yes, in order to improve student-student interactions, I sometimes use making dialogues. They can make some dialogues related to the one topic. For example, talking about their hobbies. For example, hello John, hello Walter, hi Madina. Well, what's your favorite hobby? Well, my favorite hobby is sewing. And what about you? Well, my favorite hobby is playing football. Oh, great! And this type of activities will be student to student, yes? Am I right? Yes. I use this strategy sometimes.
Perfect. Thank you. So this is one first icebreaker activity. Okay, to start with. Thank you. You can take your seat, and now we can discuss and to analyze how can we adapt this icebreaker or warm-up activity to our classroom, to our teaching context.
Adapting.
Yes. For example, at the beginning of the lesson, we can ask them to answer the question and to form questions. For example, not yes/no questions, special questions, because to answer yes/no, it's easier.
Yeah.
Yes, no, yes. Do you like one? Some? No. It's correct, and yes is also correct.
Yeah.
But we need answer. Yeah, we need to
Full answer.
Yeah. So here we can design and adapt questions. Yeah, according to our topic. Yeah, vocabulary, grammar basic.
I used this activity when I had a demo lesson last year with 7th graders, if I'm not mistaken. I just made a fun box. I just named it like fun box, and I just included the vocabulary of all units in order to revise all the vocabulary in this unit. I just include all of this vocabulary, and we made a circle with the students and just say, just pass this fun box one by one while the music is going on, and then when the music stops, they just open this fun box and take this vocabulary and try to give definition, or if they don't know, they can just only translate this vocabulary into Uzbek.
Perfect. So this is a material adaptation. Yeah. For example, this type of adaptation material, you can reuse it for several times.
Yeah.
What you need is to change sentence structures. But
Yes.
but you can keep it up for future reference, and you can keep it in your file. For example, for documents. At the same time, you can keep your materials, in your case, on the shelf.
And one thing I noticed it with my students was just clever or just good students wanted to hold this fun box more rather than
Passing them.
passive students try
Hello.
passing this fun box quickly as soon as possible, so that I noticed that.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So for fun, you can add music or tune.
Yeah.
And it's up to you. You can choose, you can change any music, of course, just for educational purposes and not just for having fun or dancing. Perfect, good. Any ideas?
I used one bridge. It is so interesting message again. And two students stand like bridge with hands, and other students pass inside of the bridge. When the music stops, bridge is falling down, and inside of student answers the question. Interesting.
Under the bridge,
Could you present? Okay, please stand up, yes, students.
That's what I was thinking.
Please.
We
Okay, so we need to form bridge. Like this. We need to stand like this.
Others?
Like this.
How many minutes?
Okay, good.
Wow.
You should put music.
Okay.
one by one we should pass.
Yes.
Okay.
When the music stops, we go.
Oh, and then we come back.
Please give me a question.
Question?
So we
Give me a question.
Yes. Any kind of question?
No, we can choose topic, and topic. For example, countries study, United Kingdom, UK, for example, Great Britain.
Teacher should give this question.
Okay.
Well, what's the symbol of Great Britain?
So I think that Great Britain has got four symbols.
Let's do the course book.
All of them we can say.
England, roses, am I right? Roses? Scotland, shamrock, roses,
Yes.
daffodil, and the fourth one.
Definitely.
Yeah, the flower
I
of
think the
definitely,
poppy.
but the first
The
one.
red poppy flower, because that holiday is always been that red.
So for example,
Even I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Something jack or something.
Okay, continue.
Oh, continue.
Yes.
it's funny when people ask me, are you English? Yeah,
I haven't asked, yeah. I think because I have a Texas made it sound
What is the
so
deepest
so they
river in
think-
Great Britain?
Townsend.
I'm from
Townsend.
New York.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. My favorite.
Yes. So what is the question was, what is the deepest river in Great Britain? It's
Yes.
the River Thames.
I think that's the only river I know.
Wow.
The Thames. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, thank you. Let's continue. So, before discussing the videos and other materials, I want to, for example, present how can we improve student-student interaction. Please ask your students to prepare teaching materials. For example, today I have some teaching materials that made by my students, but now they are in grade 6 or 7, but they prepared when they were in grade 3 or 2. Clocks. You know, we have a topic in class in grade 2, what's the time, and even in grade 4 and even grade 5, we have topic time, yeah? And these all teaching materials prepared by students. You see, it's handmade, maybe with the help of parents, but anyway, it's perfect material that you can reuse. I think more than 4 years. 4 years ago, these materials were prepared. It's simple. Oh, sorry. I think parents helped them. They made the effort.
Colorful too.
Yeah, and I like this one too. Just piece of
Wow,
wood,
carpenter.
and just a paste black and white display. I see. And two, and I like this one. 2 and past. To remember, yes? 2 past.
Oh.
You see, with the hint, but nice design. Okay, and these two, you see? 2 and past. Well, for example, I need 2 volunteers, please. Please, miss. You?
Okay.
No, gentlemen, I mean, students.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, for example, we have nice activity. What's the time? It's time 2, for example.
Second grade.
Yes, for example, even in grade 5 we have, yeah, for example, what's the time? It's 6:30. One time, yes. Hello, please.
I'm calling you.
Yes, sir, but we asked them to say, teachers to say, 37. Today they changed the room. That's why, yeah.
Only one day, yes?
37, yeah. Okay. Good. So, for example, what's the time? It's 6:30. By the way, according to present standard, we teach in primary level only numbers. For example, not half past, 6. Just short. I mean, 2:30, 6:30. Okay. It's time to get up.
Yes.
Okay. So we start from morning. So students stay back to back, please. Back. Now you have 1 o'clock. Yeah, 1 o'clock. For example, you need to show time. For example, yeah. And when you are ready, you stand face to face, and you need to ask question. What time? And your role is to say time and what to do. What's time to do? Are you ready? Or you can we can leave some space between you. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
What time? What's the time?
Okay, it's 7 o'clock.
Or you can present like this for the whole class, like this.
It's time to get ready to school.
Okay, good. Again, back to back. Here you can change, yeah, or you can continue, please. Again, back to back, please.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, please.
What's the time?
It's 7:30. It's time to have breakfast.
Get ready. It means it's time to get ready. To get dressed and prepare. Perfect. Thank you. And in this way, you can ask them to work in pairs, or you can ask them to present. Yes. Student-student interaction. And this you can use the teaching materials that your students make.
For primary level.
No, for upper level classes too. For example, 5, 6, because we have topic. What's the time? Okay. So student-student interaction. And this kind of materials add fun. And what I have noticed too, our students like when you use their teaching materials too. Okay, they are proud, especially the student who made it. It's my club. And when I ask my students to leave, in the class, I'll tell them, okay, after some years you come to my class and I show you your work. And you will be proud. And some students are shy and they say, oh no, please. No, it's good material. My parents helped me, but it doesn't matter, but you brought it. You made effort to make this kind of material. Okay? Please use teaching materials or just materials prepared, visualized by your students. For example, to improve student-student interaction. Okay? Thank you. Sit down. And one way to improve, for example, students and student interaction, we can, as you mentioned before, we have different kinds of activities. For example, pair work and group work or teamwork. For example, I brought some materials. What I, for example, did. These also materials very old, some years ago. I prepared beforehand this kind of science. Group 1, group 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, it depends on your number of your students. For example, if I have 15 students, for example, I need 3. And I say, okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3. Yes, please. 1. As in our first workshop, we talked about how can we divide into groups?
By counting.
By counting. For example, let's count. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2. Yeah.
2.
Okay.
1. 2. 1. 2. 1.
Okay. Number ones, please. For example, group 1. Come here. Something. Okay. Group 2. Number 2s. Group 2. Please stand up, and you can ask the students to change their seats. Yeah. And in the middle, we can put this side. Okay. Group 2 and group 1. Okay. It's also adds maybe some fun because we are group 1. We are. When I ask them to name their groups, some students just they say color, orange group or yellow group. Oh, they're so creative, our students. Okay. So you can use this kind of signs. Okay. After making groups, or for example, if it's team, this also I made it long time ago actually. Team 1, I use it especially with my grade 9 and grade 11. Team 1 and Team 2. Why? Especially in what activity can we apply this one?
Maybe true-false activities.
Okay. Debates. Debates.
Maybe reading for age grades.
You ask them to divide into teams, and it's kind of the same. You see? Team 1 and Team 2. I like this. Please use again your computer skills. In the internet you can find different kinds of sheets, text sheets. You see this, if you type sheets to design materials, you can find
and also we can attract the students.
Yes. Okay, Team 1, Team 2. The same with this sign too.
Dividing to groups.
Circle, and you can color with different colors.
Mr. Bahtiyor, I have also dividing group strategy with my primary classes. I use the game, mingle game.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, let's play.
Okay,
this.
yes.
Okay.
Dividing into groups.
Yeah,
okay.
so I just call all the students to the come here.
Please, dear students, come.
Yeah, I just watch this game on the internet. But I use it, maybe
Frankly, internet,
internet, but inspiration, yeah.
Okay.
So I ask my students, just mingle, mingle, just mixing up. And just we go and mingle, mingle, and sing the song. Okay, so let's mingle, 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 mingle. Stop. You should freeze, yeah?
Okay.
Right now, my students ask me a question. For example, how old are you? What's your address related to the numbers? Or what's your telephone number? So just together. How old are you? Together.
How old are you?
I am, for example, I am 2 years old. And each student should find a pair and sit down. Yeah? So 2, yeah? How old are you? I am 2, for example. Just sit. Yeah, we have 2. So, or second times, okay, great, good job. One more time, mingle, mingle. Mingle, 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 mingle. Stop. Okay, ask me my address, for example, yeah? What's your address?
What's your address?
My address begins with 3, yeah?
3.
Yeah, for example, 3, yeah? So 3 of you should make
3,
circle.
yeah?
Yeah. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
3.
Yes, yeah, so just you, one group, yeah, for example. We have
Sorry, we forgot the number 3.
you 3, one group, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is 4, maybe 5 or 6.
Dividing into groups, yes.
Yeah, this is funny way for dividing into groups.
Into
Yeah.
groups. This is one of the best strategies.
Also, with primary classes.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
So, as I mentioned before, and teaching materials in the computer skills also add your to improve interaction. Yeah. Well, let's start, and we need to start from mottos of today's motto 5. Okay. Motto 1 and motto 2. What is a motto?
Sure.
Sure in English.
Just word of wisdom or
It's a short phrase
Yes.
or sentence. Yeah. Which is emphasized. Yeah. For example, by organization or by person. Yeah. Or by a group of people. Yeah.
For example, it is never too late to learn. It was my motto.
Inspiring words, yes, inspiring sentences.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's first step 1. Read the motto 1 and maybe 15 seconds. Think of and what do you think? What does it mean for you? Okay, this motto. Are you ready?
Yes.
So could you read?
Yeah.
The human brain is designed to think while moving. And by James Levy, yes, get up while a chair is killing you and what to do about. Okay. So the human brain is designed to think while moving. Okay, good. Please reflect. I want to reflect on the teaching context and the role of this motto in your teaching context. Please, if you are ready, we can start. For example, for me it means we need to give exercise here to think to our brain, not, for example, not to do tasks by sitting. Because, for example, if we teach especially kids, they like movement, yes? Without, for example, movable actions, they are learning speed maybe slower rather than usual. Okay, for example, for me it means we need to add action. For example, TPR, total physical response action in teaching, not only in PE, physical education lessons. Okay, and for me it means to have fun, because brain works, and at the same time it's just something fun for.
Can I add something?
Please.
Well, I realized that after reading this motto, the meaning of this motto, I think that human brain needs practicing, training. If we train or practice more, our brain will work harder change their methods or techniques in every class.
Or strategies.
Or
Yeah.
strategies, yes. Because if we don't change our methods or strategies, it will be so boring for the students. We know, as we know, it's a fact that students like colorful strategies, colorful methods, or interacting games or activities. Maybe for this reason, this motto is human brain designed to think while moving.
For example, just imagine I'm teaching now phrasal verbs in a scene. Dear students, today we have look, the verb look, and phrasal verbs with the verb look.
Let's try, yes?
Okay, look has some phrasal verbs. For example, look for is look up, look out of the window, look after, you see? Just only speech, yes. But it's not enough to teach. Here we can use images, yeah? We can use, for example, visual aid. Because visual aids also make our brain move. As you mentioned before, if you use colorful, handmade